Every founder out there has felt it. That crushing, gnawing doubt that whispers late at night. Am I chasing a ghost? Is product market fit just a myth told to keep me running in circles? Imagine for a second that every lesson, every checklist, every proven strategy about product market fit is not just incomplete, but flat out wrong. That the whole industry, the experts, the angels, VCs, maybe even your favorite mentors, they've all been selling you a story. A story that is comfortable, sure, sounds nice, but changes nothing. That story keeps founders stuck, spinning their wheels, drowning in feedback loops of hope and despair. What if product market fit isn't a destination? What if it's not about fitting your product into the market's mold, but about completely bending the rules, breaking the mold, creating a new market that bends toward you instead? Feel the fire, because every second wasted chasing conventional definitions is a second your real vision withers. That empty feeling in your gut, that ache behind your eyes from endless pivots and launches that never land the way they should, it's not your fault. It's the system trying to cage you in with outdated maps while the terrain beneath your feet shifts wildly. You've been told to build a product, measure user engagement, hit metrics that look like some universal formula for success. But that's just noise. The truth is, product market fit isn't something you find with surveys, spreadsheets, or A/B tests. It isn't some perfect alignment of features and users. No, it's a revolutionary act of creation. It's where your vision meets the market's hunger in a way nobody else imagines. Here's the brutal truth. Most founders never find product market fit because they're chasing a ghost designed to keep them playing small. They're stuck in a loop of chasing what the market says it wants rather than leading the market to what it needs. That's the problem. Because markets don't exist until someone dares to make them. You've got to stop being the echo and start being the voice. The heroes you read about didn't wait for the map to be drawn. They built the road while others watched. They understood that product market fit is not a static moment. It's a dynamic journey, a constant state of rewriting the rules, redefining value, reimagining connection. The frustration you're feeling? That razor-sharp pain when every metric surges one day and falls the next? It's because you're trapped in illusions. Market signals look like data, but they're actually mirrors reflecting back what you put in. What if the problem isn't your product's problem? What if the problem is your perspective? If your market doesn't exist, you don't find product market fit. You create it. You build a tribe first. Before features, before funnels, before launch emails flooded with promises that fall flat. Real founders build relationships, deep connections where raw human pain meets a brutal willingness to solve it in ways nobody else is willing to try. And here's the edge. Most don't dare cross. Product market fit doesn't happen inside a spreadsheet. It happens inside stories, inside shared experiences, inside bold conversations that challenge everything your users believe about their problems. When a founder stops building for data and starts building for radical truth, for the unspoken needs, the ignored frustrations, the desires too risky for established markets, they don't chase product market fit. The market chases them. The market is a living organism. It breathes through its people's fears, desires, habits, hopes, and pain. If you tune into that frequency, and not just the obvious signals, but the silent pulses underneath, you stop being one more product and start being the solution that rips through the noise. So how do you do this? How do you flip the whole game on its head? First, stop asking customers what they want. It's a trap. Real innovation comes from understanding what they don't yet realize they need. Dig deep beyond what is said to find what is felt. Those messy, chaotic emotions that people can't always explain or even admit. Empathy is not a buzzword. It's your sharpest weapon. Become obsessed with predicting motion, not measuring momentary satisfaction. Stop tweaking features to chase fleeting likes and focus on creating transformational value that disrupts habits, because habits are what lock markets in. Break the cycle by targeting change, not comfort. Second, cast away the metrics obsession. Metrics are shadows. They change fast, they deceive, they mislead. What matters is momentum. raw, unfiltered evidence that people are willing to change their lives because of you, not despite you. Don't fall for vanity numbers. Look for signals that show people are embedding your solution into their routines, that they can't imagine going back to their old way. Loyalty is not a number, it's a feeling. Cultivate it ruthlessly by serving with fierce humility and relentless curiosity. Third, forget iteration for iteration's sake. Pivot isn't a badge of honor if it means you're still following the same script. The world doesn't need more variations on the same tired ideas. The world needs radical thinkers who understand that unlearning is more powerful than learning. Dismantle the assumptions you've built your business on, like a temple in ruins. Burn what you think you know about your market until only raw vision remains. Then rebuild from that raw space, piece by piece, with daring and precision. Fourth, build your tribe before you build your product. The edges where magic happens aren't in vast audiences, but in aligned few. Find those few who burn as you burn. Those intensely rare people who are not looking for convenience, but for transformation. Create spaces where connection is crafted, not captured. Where difference fuels strength. Where individual sparks combine to become wildfires. This isn't marketing, it's alchemy. This doesn't just find product market fit. It transcends it by weaving a network of radical collaborators who amplify your work far beyond any algorithm. Finally, have patience, but be impatient. This is not a sprint, and it's not a passive wait. It's a relentless, obsessive pursuit where you engineer moments of breakthrough by being both forever skeptical of your current success and wildly optimistic about your untapped potential. Eternity favors those who burn slowly but fiercely. Be that founder who sees every failure as a step closer and every success as a signal to leap higher. This balance, precarious and powerful, is your crucible. Take all these explosive truths and know this. What's missing in your search for product market fit isn't your product, your market, or your timing. It's your willingness to shatter the rules you were handed and rebuild from the ashes with radical clarity and courage. The system hasn't designed for founders like you, bold, rare, unrelenting, but that's your advantage. The world's freedom is just an illusion. They sell comfort disguised as freedom. But the real freedom is claimed by those who reject comfort in pursuit of truth and impact. You're not here to play small or fit in. You're here to be the anomaly, the spark that changes everything, to reimagine what product market fit really means. This is the fighting spirit of all extraordinary founders, the courage to transform not only their companies, but the markets themselves, to refuse assimilation into the status quo, to reject simplified formulas and demand a dynamic journey of relentless learning, unlearning, adapting, and most importantly, creating. The unrevealed market is waiting for you. The future market, the one that bends and shifts to your vision, is yours to build. There's no treasure map for this, no step-by-step guide that guarantees success. Only the radical act of refusing to be confined by what everyone else calls truth. Only those willing to disrupt themselves first will unlock true product market fit. A fit so unique, so powerful, that it changes everything around it. So the question isn't if product market fit exists. The question is, are you ready to burn the old scripts? To bear the loneliness and the fire of being misunderstood? To build not just a product or market, but a movement of aligned, burning individuals who will remake reality itself? The lie is everywhere. The way forward is yours to claim. Answer the call or watch from the sidelines as others redefine the world using the rules you dared to break. This isn't just about business. It's about liberation, about creation, about becoming more than anyone says is possible. And that journey starts the moment you refuse the lie and embrace the raw, wild truth. Product market fit isn't a box to check. It's the battlefield where you become who you were always meant to be.